This podcast is intended for mature audiences only. Listener discretion is advised, as the content may include strong language, adult themes, and topics not suitable for younger listeners.
This podcast has no affiliation with any sports leagues or sports programs discussed on the show. The views expressed are those of the host and the guest, and do not necessarily reflect the views of any affiliated organizations. Enjoy the show.
Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
She posted a picture today. Top notch. I think it was winning something.
Nice.
Naked, covering up her boobies with her hands.
Jesus.
It's a stellar photo for anyone that wants to go search the internet for it.
Nice.
It's worth it. It's worth it. She posted on her Instagram, I think.
Hey.
You won't have to look far.
There is a straight negative correlation where it's two inverse graphs. The worse her movies do in the box office, the more nudies get posted.
I think it's her trying to draw excitement up for those movies. But I won't watch Housemaid at all. I won't do that.
No.
But I think she is pretty. I'll say that.
And that's all you really need to say.
I mean, that's all it needs said. Welcome, guys. This is the episode for January 10th. We're coming out on a Friday this time because of the college football playoff semifinal.
Yeah.
It's a big one. Oregon versus Indiana is Friday tonight.
Yeah, the Hoosiers.
Big one.
Who's it going to win?
It sucks. I wish that would have been the national championship because I've been kind of pulling for the Hoosiers a little bit up till this point. Not necessarily when they beat us. I wasn't pulling for them then.
Sure.
But here we are. Like I said, I'm a little nervous this matchup. They got the best of us last time at our home. It's not even like we can say it was at their home field.
Yeah.
It was at our home field. They got the best of us. They're a really good defense. And Fernando Mendoza's looking like the real deal.
No kidding. Still a performance. I know we'll talk about it more. But I feel like this is going to be the game of the playoffs. Like, this is such a...
I'm definitely not
matchup.
as excited for Miami versus
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Yeah, I agree. Realistically, we're going to look at a number 1 seed or number 3 seed against a 10th seed.
Yeah. We'll talk more about the matchups when we get to them. And I'll save that too. My thought I had on that because there's if it's the way it's set now, there are two that I prefer in the championship, and we'll talk about that when we talk about the games a little bit.
Of course. But in addition to college football semifinals, we also have Wildcard Weekend.
Super Wildcard Weekend.
Super Wildcard.
Super. A lot of good games this weekend. A lot of good football. There's some NBA going on.
Yep.
We're not necessarily 100% into the time where there's no bullshit. I wish NBA didn't have a part of their season that was dedicated to bullshit, schmut, bad basketball that you're watching.
I agree.
But they do. That's the point of having, I guess, 72 fucking basketball games in a year. And then we also have NHL. Also is now starting to turn that corner into meaningful hockey, which is where we all want to be.
Exactly. We're getting close to playoff times for hockey. Baseball, we're still about 80 days away from talking about that, thankfully, so don't have to worry about that. But a lot of good stuff in the mix.
The year wrap-ups came out for FanDuel.
Oh, yeah.
Tommy, for some odd reason, it said the most gambled on sport for me. Football, of course.
I didn't look. I'm not showing you.
In 2025, I made 583 bets. 88 were singles. The rest were parlays. So 490 odd of my bets were parlays. I shoot for the stars. 88 were live bets, which is funny because that was probably all the singles I took. It was just a live bet real quick. My best day of gambling, 10-19-25, an NFL Sunday.
Makes sense?
I bet 12 different competitions this year. For them, competitions is leagues. My top 3 were, now this one will throw you for a little bit. NFL, obviously. Number 2, probably UFC, right? No. MLB.
Wow.
Which was actually a real moneymaker for me this year, and I don't watch that much baseball. It's crazy how dialed in I can be when I'm not watching it all. And then UFC is number 3. Crazy.
That makes sense, but damn. I would not, if you had made me guess that, I would not have guessed baseball.
And then here we go a little bit more into I bet 142 different teams this year, which is wild.
That's a ton.
142. The number 1 team I bet, Commanders, right? No.
Yeah.
Milwaukee Brewers. They were I was in the top 10.3% of Milwaukee bettors this year. Milwaukee Brewers bettors this year.
Damn.
But yeah, some interesting things I didn't know about my own self. Milwaukee Brewers better is my number 1 team bet. I would have never guessed that in a million years.
Dude, how does it feel to be Milwaukee's number 1 fan?
I think I deserve some recognition from the ball team. They should reach out to me, maybe get me to throw out an opening pitch. I would obviously make concessions to do that, even though I'm a Nats fan.
Milwaukee Bucks?
Brewers.
I thought you said Bucks.
No, I would never.
I was going to say.
I limit my Milwaukee betting teams to 1.
That makes a lot of sense. You can't have too many.
But yeah, so there's some interesting things there. A lot of coaches have been fired this week. Black Monday was this week.
Yeah.
Harbaugh's gone.
For
Kevin
now.
Stefanski, we all knew that. He's coach of the Browns.
Mm-hmm. Offensive coordinator for the Commanders, I heard.
And DC.
And-
Got cleared those house, except for DQ. He's still there. I have hope. But DQ, just know, you fuck up again, it'll be you next year.
Dan Quinn will never fuck up more than the Super Bowl he gave away.
Part of me thinks I'll take some blame for how bad this year turned out. Because I apologized to Dan Quinn after our first year when we did good. Initially, I was a Dan Quinn hater. Hated that hire. Thought, why are we getting this old man when everyone's getting young offensive coaches? And we hired Dan Quinn, who's an old defensive coach.
Yep.
I apologize because he takes us to the NFC Championship, and then he shows me why I was right. It's a bunch of bullshit. Ed, you do what you can. Jaden, just eat your oats. Gain like 5 to 10 pounds, maybe 30. And, maybe get some weight and muscle around those joints.
Yeah, sling that son of a bitch.
He definitely needs it. He's a
Yeah.
brittle, skinny kid.
Yeah. But, better news. Panthers are in the playoffs. That's cool. We'll talk about more of that when we get to the games.
We got a whole game to talk about.
I know.
And against the Rams team, that although I said was the championship favorite, struggling lately.
Big
I know
struggle.
because I've been betting on them. And Puka Nacua fucked me out of an NFC championship. What do you do? I've already threatened his family, so I've done what I could do. I've already sent a letter to the judge that's over his brother's case for stealing that car, and I said that he should go to jail for life.
As a
You
character,
do what you can.
as a character witness who has never met the guy, yeah.
And they said I was the only guy that requested to be on the jury, which I learned you can't do that.
No, you can't.
You cannot. But we're on. You do what you can.
Yeah.
Sometimes you lose the semifinal game, make it to the 3-4 game, and you score more points single-handedly than the whole championship fucking game did.
Yeah, fantasy this year was a real letdown. We may talk about more of that. We may not. It really sucks.
It sucks. I could have had the belt. Instead, we have the belt in the hands of a ginger.
I know, it's gross. I'm going to have to, if I win that next year, I will have to deep clean it, wash it in bleach, set it on fire. I don't know what I'm going to have to do to
I may have to call the Pittsburgh Steelers priest that they have blessing the field to bless our belt again.
Yeah, you can't have that one old bitch that was on the basketball team do it. She's dead.
She's dead. But the guy, the Steelers, that side he blessed was the side that the kick was missed on? That's a little bit weirder. God's not supposed to be getting involved in football like that.
He
I
told
don't
me he
like
was
it.
done.
I don't like it.
Oh, we're going to have to go. Did you see a bunch of people were pissed about the Green Bay kick at the end? What game did they play?
Bears.
Yeah, the Bears were beating the Green Bay 16 points because the spread was 13.5, and Green Bay kicked that final field goal at the end just to avoid a shutout and to cover the spread.
See, some people will be like, Jay, aren't you just as mad at Green Bay as you were the Raiders? No, because I didn't bet on Green Bay to cover a spread.
Yeah.
I'm not a fucking moron. Which, honestly, actually, no, I bet against the Raiders that time. That's why they fucked me.
Yeah.
So I was not a dumb person. But I didn't take a Green Bay spread in a game where they didn't play anybody. They didn't play any starters.
Nope.
And the Vikings still barely won, in my opinion. 2-score game.
Yeah, Vikings weren't even showing their best either.
Well, J.J. McCarthy has a boo-boo on his hand again. And what can you do? He's got the boo-boo. You can't unhave the boo-boo.
That's true. Boo-boos are definitive.
And he apparently turned down the Toradol shot that would have allowed him to play and manage the pain. Said he wanted to feel the pain. Then why don't you fucking play?
Yeah.
If you wanted to live with the pain and be a big man ain't going to sit out on the sideline and feel the pain. That's just you being an idiot. Why don't you just feel comfortable if you're not going to play anyway?
Yeah.
Stupid asshole. What can you do? Those Michigan men are fucking retarded.
Yep. What can you do?
They got a new coach now. Since the last time we talked, Kyle Whittingham is the coach. A long-time Utah Utes coach.
Yeah, dumbass.
He is. I heard him on a podcast though. He is showing some manly man statistics. He has lifted every day for 4,000. He's like a day. He has like a record of it.
Oh shit.
It's like in the 4,000s. I'm like, that's what's up, man. But
Okay.
I would like to know what classifies a workout. Like, did you oh fuck, I didn't get one in today. Do 10 push-ups and count that day? Because I wouldn't.
Yeah. No.
One set doesn't count as a workout.
Did you clock into the gym and just go hit the sauna for 20 minutes and leave? That also doesn't count.
I mean, you always want to do that.
You want to do that, but you can't count that as one of your 4,000 fucking workouts.
Since we don't have a lot of segments to Blitz the Book, let's go ahead and talk. Did you set any resolutions this year?
Personal or gambling wise?
Gambling.
Gambling? I am going to try harder to take spreads where the underdog covers. Either I will take the money line of the heavy favorite, I'll take the heavy favorite to cover the spread. Rarely do I take the plus line, and I'm going to try and do better this year because a lot of times that worked out for me. These last couple bowl games, I started seeing them get close. But the problem is, that's when teams are trying their goddamn best. You can't do that fucking regular goddamn season.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So I'm going to try to do a little bit better about that. No promises.
I think I'm going to double down on one of my resolutions from last year,
No.
and I'm going to give up losing again. Just like I tried at Lent and that other holiday where you try to change things up for yourself. Some Catholic holiday.
Yeah, I'll bet you a quarter. Odds or evens? Your pick.
Evens.
We're going to take this to the test right here live. Odd.
We're going to cut that. We're going to cut that out of the show. We're going to cut that out of the show.
Jay's resolution's over.
There's a rule broken somewhere. That didn't count. The only thing I'm losing this year is LBs. Going back on the grind. Going to start
Nice.
have some, what do they call that? Accountability.
No.
And try to hold myself to the diet and everything. Because, eating food's good.
Yeah, it is. And we all remember the perfect weight for a human male is
225.
225. That's what Rocky was when he fought Clubber Lane for the heavyweight world title rematch in Rocky 3. And as you all may be saying, some of you lesser Rocky fans, but Thomas, wasn't he in better shape for Rocky 4? Absolutely. Ivan Drago, much harder opponent than Clubber Lane, but that was an exhibition fight. They didn't give the weights for that. We have no idea how much he was fucking lifting when he was going through the goddamn snow mountains. But we know in the sanctioned fight in the World Boxing Federation, he was 225 heavyweight. So that's all we have to go off of.
That's all you can do. Maybe I think in the Drago fight, you should probably put on like 10 more pounds. Because he got brain damage.
Yeah, if you're going to be fighting Russians, you're going to want to bulk the fuck up.
Yeah, you're going to have some weight so you can take those punches.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we have a special for you guys tonight. We have an exclusive interview with Parlay or Die's first boxing champion, soon to be champion. That boxer is fighting this coming up next Saturday, the 17th, at the Charleston Civic Center at 7 p.m. Be there. John Brumley will be later on. He is an official Parlay or Die fighter, and we'll be having an exclusive interview talking with him about his fight, how he thinks it's going to go, and how much brain damage he anticipates to get, and then also give. So.
Speaking of Parlay or Die athletes, I heard our wrestler has got a match coming up.
Oh.
Shane Kryzak is in a fatal four-way, and this is the way I broke it down for the people that don't know what's going on.
Please.
They made it a fatal four-way because no one single fucking man has a shot in hell at beating Shane Kryzak in those ropes. Not a damn chance. So they had to add people in there.
Do you think they should rename RSW Real Suicide Wrestling? Because if they stay in the ring with our guy, they're as good as fucking dead.
They're good as dead. I think this one is with like Battleground or something out of Hurricane.
Oh.
They call it a fatal four-way because all three of those guys are going to be fucking dead at the end of this.
Yep.
Shane Kryzak takes no fucking prisoners. And honestly, I feel bad for the kids that are going because they're going to have to watch a man die.
Those poor orphans.
Those poor orphans.
They have to watch their parent get murdered in front of them.
Get murdered. But just by a thirsty killer.
Tragic.
Tragic. Silence for them.
Yeah.
And then coming up, we may even have an MMA fighter on soon.
Yeah. We're really expanding our repertoire here. We've got a small collection of fighters now under the Parlay or Die name.
Yep, so you don't fuck with us.
Yeah.
Maybe when you're in the comment section, maybe you mind your P's and Q's a little bit. Because it's like us holding a gun with the safety off.
Absolutely. It's like giving a loaded gun to a chimpanzee.
To a chimpanzee. Other than that, I think that's everything we have.
Is that it? It's a jam-packed fucking episode, Jay.
Jam-packed. We're going to go a little bit deeper in our analysis of the games this week where there's lesser games. But that just means you need to dial those bets in a little bit more, less of a pool to gamble on.
Absolutely. These games are going to be very close, so you're going to need expert analytics to help you get through, like, just all the confusion of numbers and stuff. It's like fucking Rain Man. You don't know what to do with all this information that's coming at you.
I think this year, maybe as a podcast, we make a resolution. Let's use the technologies a little bit more at our fingertips. We have smart boards, computers, AI technologies.
That is true.
Make sure we nail down statistics and we start giving these guys the absolute pristine, perfect parlays that they could ever have in their lives.
I agree. You don't guys want to be working with outdated information, and we don't want to give you outdated information. We have standards as professionals.
It is the fucking golden age right now.
Yeah, and not the golden shower that your mother is used to, but a golden age where we are now better than ever.
And we are even utilizing AI technology live in the podcast with us this week. Ziggy, please say hello to the podcast listeners.
Hello to the podcast listeners.
Yeah,
And Ziggy.
yeah, we have Ziggy, our new AI assistant. She's going to be helping us out with random stats, everything that comes up, maybe random factoids, or sometimes we just need a good laugh. So
Her jokes are terrible. We're not going to ask her to tell jokes.
No.
Our jokes are far superior.
Our jokes are going to be based off of the dumb shit she says.
It's going to be, we're going to roast this bitch when she gives us bad information too. Yeah, we're going to kill her.
And unlike a regular employee, we can hit her.
Lay hands on her. We can tell her when she's saying something stupid, and we can curse at her.
That's true. I've always wanted to test to see if we'll get flagged on YouTube or Facebook if I say clanker, the new term, racial term for AIs, clanker. Yeah, like Star Wars, I'm serious. Like that's online the new term for like racism against AI.
That is crazy. They have a word for that.
Stole from Star Wars, yeah, clinker.
That's just sounds.
And I saw very funny black Twitters like, white people got real used to saying clinker real quick.
That is true. We like names that belittle other races or people.
So we're good.
Hey, this is where I'll throw that in. It's not always race. We also go after people's financials if we can. If we have a word for that, we'll use that.
Yeah.
Like the poors.
The poorest, white trash, yeah.
White trash. I'll say that.
And that's all you really need to say.
I mean, that's all it needs said. And that's, we're going to go ahead and move on to Blitz the book.
Yeah.
All right, guys. It is not any kind of wild card weekend like in another sport like basketball or anything. The NFL has set us up for, it's the goddamn super wild card weekend. Like, picture nerd-ass Clark Kent, and then the fucking Superman. Clark Kent being the NBA, MLB playoffs. Superman, that's the fucking NFL wild card round.
Absolutely.
So, we have in our first matchup, Tommy, the San Francisco 49ers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. The 49ers finished the season 12-5. I thought, kind of rocky last game, to be honest, for a team that's been so hot. Defense is kind of looking shaky. Versus the Philadelphia Eagles, same story. I think the same story. Jalen Hurts is kind of being questioned. Can he throw the ball down the field, or is he a dignified running back in the backfield or in the quarterback position? Justin Fields, if you will.
I'll tell you, I don't think either one of them are actually running backs, let alone goddamn on the field. But this is an interesting matchup because halfway, middle of the season, I would have thought both these teams weren't making the goddamn playoffs. They pulled a little bit of a 180, came back, saved themselves. Brock Purdy with 1,000 less fucking passing yards than Jalen Hurts because of his injury, and they had to put Big Mac. But I still think Mac Jones is a better goddamn quarterback than Purdy.
And I think the Big Mac is better than the Whopper.
Poof, that's tough because it depends on the day. What I like about the Whopper is that it is bigger, it is more filling. You do get onion, tomato, and lettuce.
I'm not an onion guy.
See, I like a little bit of onion. But what I do not like about the Whopper is I guarantee this chef back there is jizzing on it with how much fucking mayonnaise they just fucking dump on that son of a bitch and drown it in goddamn mayonnaise. The Big Mac sauce is appropriate squeeze. However, I have noticed the Big Mac patties are getting smaller and smaller.
Damn near translucent.
Damn near translucent. Whereas the Whopper meat has consistently been shitty in the same size at least. So it really depends on my mood.
But one doesn't have the Big Mac sauce.
God, it's some good sauce.
That's some good sauce.
So really you're just comparing, do you like Big Mac sauce or a Whopper better?
Big Mac sauce.
And that's fair. So with that being said, yeah, I like Big Mac Jones better than Purdy. I'm taking Jalen Hurts to win this game, but I'm not taking them to cover because San Francisco, in my opinion, still has the top 5 best player in the league and arguably the best player in the league. Christian McCaffrey can do it all. He throws, he runs, he catches. Fuck, I bet if you let him kick, he can make 40 yards. If he was kicking for the Ravens, they'd be in the playoffs right now. So he is a wild card in the truest sense that he can do it all, and you got to watch out for him. And he can win games on his back alone.
Some would say Charlotte's where he became a man.
No, I don't think some people would say that. I think everyone would say that. It is a well-established fact. They teach it in the history books in fucking Charlotte. That and the War of Northern Aggression, a.k.a. the Civil War. Those peaceful plantation owners just went to mind their own business, and the North had to come and interrupt their fun-having ways.
I'm going to, where I'm leaning on this one, San Fran, it's amazing that they finished 12-5. Half their defense is on IR or dead. One of their wide receivers just got injured, got cleared to come back, and then just never came back, so he didn't want to anymore. Just no-showed. He no-showed it like someone would at a McDonald's to an NFL team.
Like one Jay and Tommy at Sears in their sophomore year.
Yeah, like some would do to maybe a Sears their sophomore year in college because they don't want to work there no more.
Yeah, fuck sucks.
And Joe LeCount was a weirdo. If he somehow is still alive and watches this, then I could be sad.
Oh.
Until then, fuck you, Joe. But yeah, San Fran is also looking a little sad. I mean, obviously they scored 3 fucking points. I didn't love how they looked in the against the Seahawks defense. This Eagles defense is the best part of the team.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm kind of leaning toward the money line, 230.
I think you got to stick with it.
I'm going over 44.5 and minus 230 on the Philadelphia Eagles.
I like the over too. I like it. Over, Eagles money line. I'm following.
Lock. That is a lock of the pod. All right, we're going to the next game. All right, we have for our next game the Buffalo Bills going down to Jacksonville Jags. And Jacksonville is the underdog at home, plus 1.5.
Which is wild. Jacksonville has beaten Buffalo twice regular season this year. And
They haven't played twice this regular season.
they played once at least, and they have beaten them.
Yeah.
So Buffalo, one of the best teams out there. I mean, Josh Allen puts up numbers. The team as a whole, Cook, Shakir, I mean, stellar talent, but cannot overcome going down to Florida and playing the goddamn swamps. Trevor Lawrence also is no schlub. Heisman winner. Been killing it recently this year. Has more passing yards than Josh Allen with arguably worse talent. There's something to be said for consistency, and Josh Allen is consistently good, but Trevor Lawrence has those fucking peaks that overcome Josh Allen's peaks. That being said, I do want to take the Bills money line. I do feel this is the stars aligning. The Chiefs aren't in the fucking playoffs. This is Josh Allen's only time to win a Super Bowl. They're not there to stop him at the conference game. So I'm taking money line. I'm staying away from the over-under. But my heart leans to the under if you put a gun to my head and made me bet. Or, I'm just a little drunk and I want more money on the game.
I like that. Want a little bit more action on the game. A little more skin.
We've all sat there and like, is that all I have on this game? Is just this one bet? That's not enough.
On this one, I'm going to start here. I trust Trevor Lawrence. I think he's a great quarterback. He was my fantasy quarterback in the playoffs where we lost, but put up a hell of a show.
Yeah.
Got third in the league, which means nothing. So I'm a Trevor Lawrence guy this year. Just this year. I'm a Trevor Lawrence guy, which makes it hard for me to go to my guy here and say, you're going to lose this game. I'm taking Josh Allen here.
Yeah.
That doesn't come from a place of overconfidence. I am a Buffalo guy, though. I think that Josh Allen, if you had to ask me, gun to my head here, best quarterback in the league. And me, a Washington Commanders fan, I should be saying that's Jaden. No, Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
I think that his ability to push the ball down the field with his just being able to run, like what a force he is.
Yeah.
James Cook being the number one running back in the league. He took home the rushing title.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how they control this game, especially if we get inclement weather in Jacksonville, like rain, where it's hard to throw the ball. I think when you're having to run it, I think that Buffalo is better suited for that game.
I think you're right. I do.
So I'm leaning. We're going to go ahead and 2 more locks for the show. Minus 118 Buffalo Bills money line and under 52.5.
That's a lot of points in the NFL. I could see that. I'll take the under.
And I hope it rains. Give us some rain.
I
That's the game we want.
bless the rains down in Jacksonville.
Hit a little rain dance.
That's a mummy dance, Jay.
I get those mixed up all the time. I can't do the rain dance because it's culturally, it's a racist dance.
Well, see, I could do it because I recently found out.
Are you from the Navajo?
No, actually, I'm from the out west in the Great Plains. I'm part of the Fagawi tribe. See, they were nomads. They would travel around, but they'd get lost. They'd end up somewhere and say, "We're the Fagawi."
Fagawi. Oh, God.
Right next to the Slapaho Indian tribe. Up next, we've got our rematch built in hell. We've got the Green Bay Packers 9-7, terrible record, versus the Chicago Bears at 11-6, unfucking believable. Packers actually favored to win this game by 1.5. Over under set at 45.5. Jay, with their last matchup ending in a Chicago victory in overtime of all things, how do you see this one going?
I think I agree here on the matchup here. The matchup's so nice. They didn't do it twice. They did it thrice. So here we go. Showdown in Chicago. I don't think anywhere on even the Midwest is expecting cold weather this year. So that kind of takes away from the Chicago advantage, even though Green Bay does get cold. Chicago winters are very cold as well. And I think to be that and away would be too much. I think that this kind of evens it out a little bit. I think the Green Bay defense has not done shit since Micah Parsons has been injured.
Yeah.
So I think that is an issue. Caleb Williams lit them up in their last. He kind of lit them up. He won in overtime on that one. Green Bay took the first one, but I believe that was when they had Micah Parsons.
It was.
Able to cause Caleb to get out of the pocket and not go to the plan that they have set for him. I think that Chicago is causing a lot of turnovers. They ended Toyota-thon for Jordan Love.
Yeah.
It's just sad. He's not supposed to throw picks during Toyota-thon. He did to the Bears.
That's true.
I think the Bears are very happy to be here. That's not. I think maybe the Packers could be blind to how awesome it is to make the playoffs.
No kidding.
They do it every year, and they let their fans down every year. I think the for the Bears, this is new.
Plus, they've got what's not listed on a lot of the top receiving records is DJ Moore, playmaker. You know, if you toss it downfield to him, he will catch it. You don't put him in for every play, but he is a guy that is solid from Carolina. I mean, he puts up good shit.
And I'm not a Caleb Williams guy, let the world know this. But ESPN breaking news the other day told me Caleb Williams, not gay, has a girlfriend now.
Really?
So,
how about that?
Having one girlfriend, I think he gets more puss than Jordan Love.
Damn.
Having one girlfriend only. Like I said, not a Caleb Williams guy, but I think they get it here because where they thrive is where the Packers are really struggling right now on their defense, their offense. So it'd be Bears offense against defense. But also, Bears are number 1 in takeaways in the whole NFL.
Damn.
So I think, I'm going Bears here at home. They're giving you a slight underdog. So just thank them for the extra money here. I mean, it's not really extra. You're minus 108, so you're less than what you're putting in.
Yeah.
You're not in the plus yet. But I'm not throwing this in as a lock, but I'm going to say under 45.5 is a tempting thing to look at.
Their last game ended at 48. That was just because
overtime.
Yeah. I like it too, but at the same time, without Micah Parsons, I worry Chicago could score a little bit more extra. So I'm going to stay with moneyline, and that's it for me.
Chicago?
Yep.
Another lock, guys. I think the playoffs are very easy to read this year.
Lock it, stop it, put it in your pocket.
All right, Tom. We are finally here. A rematch. We're talking about a rematch here. The Los Angeles Rams this time are forced to go into the Panthers' home stadium where they just keep on pounding.
Mm-hmm.
They just pound and pound. Tommy, Carolina Panthers coming in with a losing record, but winning the NFC South in a 3-way tie.
Yeah. Where
y'all had the tiebreaker. It's nice to have. Crazy for the NFC South being that bad. Just really bad. Not one team in the whole division had a winning record, which is a little nuts.
But let's look at some of those wins on this losing record. 8 wins. The Lions, the Seahawks, the Buccaneers, the Rams, Green Bay Packers. 5 games nobody expected us to win. Showed up, showed out, away too. We did this once already at Lo-Fi. Now we have to do it at home. We have to wake up early morning, stretch, make your coffee, bang your hot wife, and then go down to Bank of America Stadium and win a goddamn football game. This one should be a no-brainer. The Panthers plus 410. I guess someone made a mistake on the betting apps. Do it before they correct it. It's going to be minus 410 probably by the time this episode comes out because they're going to see a massive influx of bets. The matchup is just unfair. You have Bryce Young, a young and hungry quarterback who's just now his 3rd or 4th year in the league, and he's already doing stellar work against a guy over the hill, Matt Stafford. He goes so long, what was it, like 10, 15 years with the Lions, doesn't win shit. They transfer, they build the best team around him with the Rams. I mean, they get Odell Beckham Jr. while he's still good. They get a million fucking other players, and they finally squeak out against an injured Bengals to win the fucking Super Bowl. I mean, the Rams are fucking out to pasture, put them down like old Yeller. The Panthers are a young, hungry team. We got Dottle, Young, McMillan. This team is fresh, and they want to win. This Rams team wants to lose. If you look at their last several games, this is a thing of mediocrity. I mean, barely squeaking out a win against the Cardinals, lost to the Falcons, lost to the Seahawks. Both teams, might I remind you, we beat the Falcons 40-0. Hell, these guys can't even beat them. So I don't even see how it's a conversation. And then when you look at other stats besides that, I mean, the weather in Charlotte, perfect. The defense is just outstanding versus the Rams, which allows tons of points. I mean, who's going to let up 20 or 37 or 20 points to the Cardinals? Come on, get over yourselves. So, all in all, I think this is a decisive victory. I would take the Panthers money line along with the over because I'm expecting Bryce to throw at least 2 to 3 touchdowns. So Dottle's probably going to score 2 as well. He's probably going to put up a career high. I'm predicting a score of 53 points, moneyline Panthers. You can take that exact score and make a parlay with it. Okay? I'm sure you want to agree.
No. You said that you were looking at the Rams' last 5 games. Let's look at the Panthers' last 5 games. They went 2-3.
Yep.
Losing to the Seahawks. Also, you said.
Yep.
Yeah. The Seahawks put up more points on you than they did. Wait, no, they didn't. They put up 38 on the Rams.
They did not.
You lost to the Seahawks as well. You lost to the Buccaneers, which is not a great team.
I have rebuttal solved this. I'll let you finish.
You lost to the Saints. The Saints, that's a rough one. You did beat the Rams, but the next week you lost to the Saints. The next week.
Yeah.
Maybe like Matt Stafford had the flu or something. Go ahead and rebuttal.
Alrighty. Just pulling up.
I had a prepared statement here. Fuck you.
Kill yourself.
First off, I would like to thank everyone for coming. How was the flight in?
Now, if we look at some of these stats here. So, you said Tampa Bay. This last game, it was a loss.
Yep.
It was. If you're
It was literally.
If you're going to take away all the ref interference, which was massive, I mean, undeniable ref interference. They were in Tampa Bay. You had to deal with all that bullshit. Take that off the table, which you shouldn't, but we're going to. Take away home field advantage. This is the last regular season game before we make playoffs. What playoff-ready team do you know is playing their best ability? They're sitting people. They're playing at half speed because they know they can't risk an injury. And the Buccaneers are fucking goons. They love to injure people. It's the entire fucking state of Florida. The Panthers play that way, and the fucking Bucks play that way. Fuck the entire state of Florida. So to combat that, we're not going to fall for their trap. We allow them a solid win. We put up a good fight. Still, we held them within 2 points. One score. So we allowed them to have that game because we knew it didn't matter. We knew the Bucks weren't going to make it. Before that, Seattle. Once again, we beat them already. We didn't have anything to prove. This wasn't conference. Why are we going to risk Bryce Young's stellar fucking golden arm when we don't need to? It's just not, it doesn't make sense. And of course, the Saints loss. This was strategic. A loss here means that when the Saints lost to the Falcons, it catapulted us over the Bucks. The Panthers are playing 3D chess while everyone else is playing Scrabble.
I think you just would have been in a better spot if you just beat the Saints. You've just been there. It'd been a better spot for you guys. I don't think it would have impacted you negatively, like you said here.
And then, if we look at some of the other Saints games, the Panthers played a better defensive game than several other teams that played the Saints this year when they beat them.
Y'all got shucked.
So, really, the Panthers are poised to win this game.
I'm going Carolina Panthers plus 10 here. Just because that's a lot of points. Disrespectful. And I'm going under 46.5. That is my two bets here. Plus 10 and under 46.5. And if you're an anytime touchdown better, this is not my picks, but this is what I would think. Puka Nacua is a safe bet. I also like Ted McMillan for the Panthers. I liked Dowdle early, but he only finished with 6 touchdowns in the whole season. There was a lot of weeks where he did not get him, and I bet.
I think 1 week he scored 3 of them.
Yeah, so that I would not. Puka and McMillan, maybe parlay those two together, see what you can get. Like I said, that is not a part of my official pick. That is just some ideas out there.
Yeah. The problem is Dowdle has to compete with Hubbard, Juba, who is just also super good. I mean, 2 top-notch running backs. It's almost unfair.
All right, guys. It might be the last one.
Yeah.
Last Monday Night Football of the year. Because I don't know if they do it in the
They don't.
conference championships. So, yeah, last Monday Night Football of the year.
Sad.
Even though, I mean, they're not my least favorite booth. I hate Chris Collinsworth. I hate him. That's NBC.
I just listen to the Mannings.
The Manning cast is a better overall stream. I enjoy it. Marshawn Lynch said a dirty word on there. I asked him not to. What'd he do? Immediately dropped that B.
I like it.
I like it too. It's a fun thing. Eventually, Troy Aikman's full of shit.
Yeah.
He's a cowboy. They knew what it was when they bought it. Like most bags say fertilizer on it. So you know it's shit. But we have 2 teams here that I think, I'm not a fan of the Steelers. Don't like what they've done this year. I think it's been shitty and inconsistent, if I had to say. They look like they're consistent because the last couple weeks they were 4-5 in their last 5. I don't like them. Pittsburgh Steelers with an old ass Aaron Rodgers. He's old, so old.
How old is he?
He even said the.
Damn, went hard with it.
Damn.
What, you talking about DK Metcalf already?
DK will be back. But, in this one, I'm liking Houston, not with the points, but their defense is just so good. I think that the Steelers have struggled against lesser defenses, and I think this defense is smothering at times. I don't think Aaron Rodgers can get these cupcake routes that are just fucking wide open like they did against the Baltimore Ravens, who looked very bad on defense. So bad. Yeah. I've never seen so many people wide the fuck open for touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers had a gimme in this last game. And then literally God had to give him the game by making Tyler Loop be a failure at life.
Yeah.
So I just think his luck has run out. I think this is what the Steelers do. They make it to the playoffs on a piss poor record that's kind of like half-half, 8-8, usually around there. He went above 8-8 this year by 2 games. Congrats, Mike Tomlin. That is a career
Good
to
job,
be
Mike
proud
Tomlin.
of. That's a career to be proud of. But this is the show that we've seen over and over again on replay. Steelers out first round. I think that's what's going to happen here. They say that Mike Tomlin's job's still in jeopardy if they have an early exit to the playoffs this year because they're tired of getting the early exits in playoffs. They want to win a Super Bowl. They claim every fan base does. Get over it.
Yeah. That being said,
You know what they say about the Pittsburgh Steelers fan base? It's like the Philadelphia fan base, but they can't read.
which one?
All right, Tom, sorry about that.
Oh, no, great interjection. You're right about the inconsistency of the Steelers. With having 3 Steelers in my fantasy all season long, it fucking hurt me every chance they got. Didn't care for it, which I didn't have to, but it's how the cards laid. But the Texans, despite a stellar closeouts, last 5 wins, they squeaked by. They were 2 points over the Vegas Raiders, who are notoriously bad this season, squeaked out a 4-point win over the Chargers, who are notoriously uneven, barely beat Kansas City by 10 points without Patrick Mahomes and half the fucking starters, and then lastly, the Colts, who are needing a win, just beating them by 1 score. I'm seeing just barely beating them by points, and that's where their biggest weakness is. C.J. Stroud, an Ohio State quarterback. You cannot win a Super Bowl with an Ohio State quarterback. He may come close, but he just lacks the natural talent, athleticism, ability to get where you need to go. The Steelers were going to win this game. Steelers plus 150.
I'm going Texas minus 180. Like I said, I think Aaron Rodgers' luck's run out in this defense. You'd have to be lucky. He got 6 points on the Browns defense.
Yeah, but he beat the Lions and still.
Lions didn't even make playoffs this year.
I know, but Dan Campbell's still a hell of a coach, and he beat out Miami.
Out of their last 5 teams they played, how many of those teams made the playoffs? 0 of them.
Yeah, but one of them could have.
If they didn't make it. Yeah, they could have if Pittsburgh didn't make it.
Okay, in Houston's last 5, how many made the playoffs?
All right, we'll go another one better. Out of the last 5 games, how many of the coaches have been fired already?
I think that the stat doesn't matter in the slightest on their playing ability.
Yeah, it does. The coach was fired.
And you keep bringing up luck, but Aaron Rodgers is banging a witch.
So it's also witchcraft.
So I just don't know if you can use luck on a guy that's using black magic. I'm taking Steelers. They're also at home.
I'm going with the true black magic, and that's the Houston Texans, because look at all their top performers. Not one white guy, a lot of them. Yeah.
So we are butting heads on this fucking last Monday Night Football. I like it.
Yep, we are definitely deferred on this one. And I'm not going to pick over-under, because I could see it being over, and I could see it being under.
Oh, fuck yeah. I could see it being like a 10-point game, a 7-3.
Yeah, and I could also see it being like 20 to 30, or some stupid shit.
Yeah, easy.
So, yep, we're going to go split here. I'm going Texans, Tommy, with the Steelers.
Yep.
All right, guys, we're going on to our NBA picks.
Yeah, that's
right,
wild card.
All right, boys and girls, listen up. Parlay or Die Productions is officially on Whatnot. Yeah, we leveled up.
If you're buying sports cards, memorabilia, jerseys, collectibles, or you're just trying to hunt down that one thing you didn't know you needed until 2 a.m., do us a solid and use our Whatnot QR code when you sign up, or if you're already a member, just to make a purchase.
It costs you absolutely fucking nothing, 0, but it helps the pod in a massive way. More support equals more content, more giveaways, more chaos, and of course, more chances for us to be one leg away from legendary.
So next time you jump on Whatnot, use our QR code and help keep Parlay or Die cooking.
Download Whatnot, scan the code, support the boys. Pretty fucking simple. Place better parlays, you'll be making better money in no time.
It's the steps to success.
So easy.
This is time for our NBA picks for this weekend. We are going to do Saturday picks and then mosey our ass on over to Sunday and get you some more picks. Tommy, for this slate that we have on Saturday, because we're coming on Friday for once, what do you have for the people, the diehards?
Let's start off with the easy ones. I've got a 3-leg parlay, and first off, we're going to take the Pistons at home over the Clippers. This is a no-brainer. Pistons #1 in the league. Next, we're going to parlay that with the Celtics at home taking on the Spurs. This is going to be a close game. I think the Celtics are going to squeeze it out because they are in Boston. Then lastly, fan favorite, we're going to take the Hornets over the Jazz. I don't care for contemporary jazz music, and hornets sting when they sting you.
Huh. I mean, the last part just isn't a lie. Because they do sting you. I hate them. I hate bees. They say, like, oh, if there's no bees on the earth, like a bunch of plants and shit would die. I don't care. I hate bees. I hate bees that much that I wish they did not exist.
Oh man, we would die if
Yeah.
bees died.
I know. Fucking, that's why I hate them. That's the main reason why I hate
But
them.
we need them, yeah.
Yeah, fuck them.
What do you got, Jay?
I'm going to go for the first game. I'm going to go Victor Wembanyama in the Celtics-Spurs game.
Nice.
Go over 25 points and plus 10 rebounds. I like that. That one's cashed for me a couple times this year. I just don't know. The Celtics' power is obviously from their guard play, not their big play.
Yeah.
I think Wembanyama is going to have some good minutes down there, getting rebounds, being able to put second chance points back. And I've seen him. He's developing quite a bit of a good three ball,
Nice.
which is crazy for a big man to have a 3-ball.
Yeah.
So I'm going for those two in that game. I'm going to take the Heat over the Pacers, which is not going to be too much money, but it's a parlay. So I'm going to add that in there, and let's go. We're playing risky ball here. I'm going with Detroit Pistons at home over the Clippers, just because the Clippers have been kind of sad this year. 13-22 is not a record. That's a bad record, not even a record to call home about. I would not call home. I would just have them assume you were dead. So, yeah, I'm going Pistons at 7:30 to beat the Clippers.
I like it.
All right, we're going to move on to Sunday, Tommy. A little bit bigger of a slate here.
Yeah. All the football's off.
No, there's football games on Sunday.
That's true. All right. For this one, the matchups, I'm going to start off by taking the Knicks beating the Trailblazers at home. Trailblazers are slightly under 50%, not really performing that well. Then we're going to take the Thunder beating the Heat in Oklahoma City. Yes, Oklahoma City Thunder. And then lastly, we're going to finish it with the Suns beating the Wizards. If the Wizards were gained off the gray, they need to fucking die and hope they get reborn as a better goddamn team because they are ass right now.
All right. I'm going for pick one. I'm going in the Knicks Trailblazers. I'm going for Jalen Brunson to score over 30 points.
Nice.
For my next pick, I'm going to do... Where's my bitch? Let's go with the Nuggets-Bucks game. I'm going Giannis Antetokounmpo over 12 rebounds. Jokic is out right now. I think he's going to be able to eat up in the paint a little bit.
Makes sense.
So, yeah, let's go Antetokounmpo for 12 rebounds there. And just as a little fluffer, we're going to go Suns over the Wizards because the Wizards are terrible. They're just a bad team. They make DC look bad.
Yeah.
I wish their name was the Bullets so we could use them to kill ourselves. So, yeah, I'm going with Suns over Wizards on that one. So I'll go back through them one more time. Knicks, Trailblazers, we're going Jalen Brunson over 30 points. Antetokounmpo in the Bucks-Nuggets game over 12 rebounds. And the Suns to beat the shit out of the Wizards. Take the spread, whatever they give you.
Nice. Solid.
That's the plays.
Some solid games. You can make all of those into one massive parlay and make a ton of money.
They would be rich. They
Yeah.
would have. I expect a thank you note to the first diehard that becomes rich.
Yeah.
And also a donation check. They don't pay us much here. All right, we're going to go ahead and go on to hockey.
Yep.
We'll see you there.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We are here with some NHL parlays. A little cold. Because we got some ice cold fucking picks for you. Oh, Tommy, tell them what you got for them on Saturday.
Skating right into your hearts, we've got the Hurricanes taking on the Krakens. Of course, it's a no-brainer. Hurricanes money line. We're going to couple that up with the Avalanche taking on the Blue Jackets. The Avalanche, of course, going to send the Blue Jackets to a frozen fucking grave.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Oh, yeah. Then lastly, we're going to finish it off. We're going to take the Panthers beating the Senators at home. The Senators haven't been playing terrible, but those fucking goons, Panthers, I fucking hate them. But they're going to bully the shit out of them. Ask for their lunch money, and then give them a swirly in the toilet.
And then Ottawa will say thank you, because they're very polite people up there in Ottawa.
Oh, yeah. So that's our little fun parlay. Jay, what you got?
For the first game, I'm going to go the Calgary Flames Penguins. I'm going Penguins at home to take the dub money line. I'm not feeling risky enough to say they're going to cover a spread. I'm going to go with the Dallas Stars to beat San Jose and San Jose.
Yeah.
I like the Stars. I mean, they're not good enough to beat the great team like the Canes,
No.
but to beat San Jose,
Nope.
that's
No, the Shark Seeing Stars.
the Shark Seeing Stars, yeah. And then let's see. I'm going Maple Leafs over the Canucks. I just know that Austin, it's not Reeves, that's a basketball player. Austin Matthews is a dog.
Yeah.
They got their leading scorer, American. Yeah, America.
The irony.
Feels good. So we're going to go with the American to have a great game up there in Toronto. And the 6, I just hope that Drake isn't betting on him, because if not, they're fucked.
Oh, yeah. I haven't heard from Drake in a long time.
Yeah, ever
Good.
since Kendrick bodied him.
It's actually been about 1 year since we've last heard from Drake.
Yeah, and he got bodied pretty bad.
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
I can't wait to see Bad Bunny should come out and do it too.
Bad Bunny.
Wouldn't that be funny? Drake, you are pedophile.
I'm ready for Bad Bunny. I think he's going to put on a hell of a show.
Yeah. I don't understand anything he's saying, but...
Would they be equally as
sounds
mad
cool.
if Pitbull hosted? I think Pitbull hosting the Super Bowl would be cool too.
It would be.
Mr. 305?
Here, I thought music was supposed to be if it sounded cool. I didn't realize it had to be English, too.
Yeah, and white.
Not to mention, fucking Puerto Rico's part of goddamn America.
Yeah.
He's not even a foreigner.
Yeah. Which is a big statement in that whole community of people who are mad that he's Puerto Rican. That is a part of America. It's a territory.
Learn some geography, you simple bitch.
Yeah, that's just fucking terrible. They're ignorant and they're showing their hand there. But yeah, so I'm going Penguins over the Calgary Flames, Dallas Stars over the Sharks, and Maple Leafs over the Canucks. We're going to move on to Sunday.
Yeah.
Heavens. Here we go.
Heavens to Betsy.
Some Sunday puck. Tommy, are you going to bring the Devils into God's Day?
That's exactly what I was going to do. The New Jersey Devils over the Winnipeg Jets. Fuck Canada. The Devils are ruling this Sunday. Along with them, boy, we got a small slate of games. I'm going to take the Capitals over the Predators at home. Predators aren't very good. And then Boston's going to treat the Penguins like a Boston housewife and give it a black eye when it doesn't remember to take the roast out of the oven. So, Bruins, Devils, Capitals.
All right. I'm going to keep the devil out of God's Day. So that means I have to go with these right here.
Yeah.
I'm going Capitals over the Predators, the Child Predators.
Sure.
So that's for sure. I'm going Golden Knights over the Sharks.
Nice.
And for the last one, give me the Mammoth over the Blue Jackets.
The brand new Utah Mammoths. Nice.
I like the mascot. He's a cool guy.
He's cool.
He's a cool guy. I heard if you go behind the stadium, behind the ice rink after the game, and you got $25 and want a mammoth to blow you, that could be arranged. Yo, to each his own. Whatever gets you hard. But
Jesus Christ.
we'll end that there, because where else can you go from there?
Coming in a mammoth's mouth.
Some people are into it, Tommy. Some people.
That's what we should sell t-shirts. I want to come in a mammoth's mouth.
I mean, that might be our first television.
Ask me about when I came in a mammoth's mouth.
For $20. But where else can you go from there? Buy the t-shirt. We're going to move on to the goodbyes.
Yeah.
The goodbyes.
Depending
Salutations.
on where we put the interview in the thing.
You may get an interview next.
You may get an interview next.
You may. That'd be pretty cool, huh? Like just an interview, just pop up like right now.
All right, everyone. We've got our special exclusive interview tonight. With us, we have our Parlay or Die official fighter of the night, our boxer, John Brumley. John, from parts unknown, West Virginia, is competing in his first ever sanctioned fight, January 17th, Saturday, at the Charleston Civic Center. You're going to want to be out there. It's an exciting card with both boxing and mixed martial arts. It's going to be real crazy shit. And if it gets boring, the rodeo's also in town. Same night, same fucking location, just like in a different room.
So regardless, you're going to catch someone getting fucked up by something.
You'll see a raging bull either in the fucking ring or in the dirt kicking a clown in the nuts.
I mean, you got options, and it's good to see boxing and MMA working together because in the past they have not. They've been kind of competitors in that same space, working together. That's the way it should be.
I agree. All fighters working together to beat the shit out of each other.
Absolutely.
The way God intended.
Put on a fucking show.
But we've talked enough, so let's get down to the guy you actually want to hear from, John. John, as I understand, you have a ring name. Would you mind telling us what that is?
Yeah, so on paper, my ring name is Rooster. It's unfortunate because I haven't seen it in a lot of the promotional stuff, but just going back and forth in the gym, we it's a thing that fighters do. They kind of pick a persona a little bit. And I was sitting there thinking for a really long time, like, okay, well, what am I going to be called? And I got the name Rooster because in college I worked with a nonprofit organization. It was a camp that would put on like a week-long program for kids whose parents were either suffering from or had already passed away from cancer. And one of the big things for this camp was that you would pick a new name, whether you were a counselor or a kid in the camp. And it was kind of a way to just kind of escape from what was going on in that difficult time. And the name that I picked was Rooster. And I had hung it up for so long, and I decided, okay, I guess I'll pick that back up. That sounds good as any. And it made it really easy to pick a walkout song, "Rooster" by Alice in Chains. That's what I'll be. That's what I'll be walking out to. So,
Ooh,
hell yeah, hell yeah, that's a great song.
That is. Oh, they can kill the rooster. Yeah, fun.
Tommy, why don't you go ahead and drop what your Rough and Rowdy ring name was when you fought?
Oh yeah, I was Thomas TNT because my nickname for soccer or my athletics was Tommy Guns. But as anyone who's ever watched Rocky V knows, Tommy Guns gets AIDS and dies. So I did not want to repeat that for myself.
You wanted to break the cycle.
Not because I am afraid of getting AIDS, but because I am a bad habitual needle picker-upper and just injecting myself. If I see a needle on the ground, just curiosity gets the better of me, and I have to inject it.
I think maybe you should be afraid of getting AIDS if that's what you do on a regular basis.
But, I've never gotten sick because I think I keep getting vaccines.
And I think that's because you broke the cycle, then.
I think so, too. Now, John, your opponent this coming up Saturday, do you know anything about him?
This is the guy I'm fighting. He's from Ohio. His name's Serge Cushman. It's going to be challenging. He's 6'3". He's got 2 fights experience on my 0. He fought in a kickboxing match and a boxing match before, we're going to be meeting in the ring. But hey, at the end of the day, we're both 160. We're both going to make weight. We're both working hard. So it'll be a good one. It'll be a good one.
How much of a height does he have on you? Discrepancy?
That's the tricky part. I'm 5'7". So, you might see me Super Mario jumping to try to connect on some of these, but.
So you'll be fighting in the pocket a little bit, having to close the distance a little bit, stay in there a little bit to manage that range a little bit. Is there anything that you've been doing in camp to kind of make sure you're staying in the pocket more?
Without giving too many secrets away, yes, we have been developing a plan for that. One of the best ways I've heard it said is my coach, he puts his arms out and kind of displays where it's going to be. And he says, you need to fill all this space with as much violence as physically possible. And, that's kind of what we intend to go out there and do. I'm a short, stocky, scrappy guy, so I'm hoping to get in there and really get the work in on him. But to give him his flowers, he's going to be challenging. He's I've watched his fight a couple times now. I want to make sure I'm being respectful to him because he and I were both going in there. I'm no good at shit talking. I'm no good at it, but Serge, he's got the reach advantage for sure. But I think he's going to find that I'm harder to deal with than a lot of other short guys.
Oh yeah, and with that game plan, you have to be a mean son of a bitch to stay in the pocket there. You have to be able to take a punch when it's dealt because you're inside, but you also have to be ready to throw one too.
No kidding. Now, John, Ohio has more domestic violence cases than any other place in the country off statistics I've made up. How do you plan to combat this person who has known nothing but violence since he grew up and his dad was hitting his mom for burning dinner? What can you do for that?
There's definitely no way of confirming that, but I guess just introduce him to some violence here in our home in West Virginia.
Absolutely. You've got the state inherently behind you.
Absolutely.
As we all hate Ohio.
Absolutely. God, that place fucking sucks. Now, you said this guy is also a kickboxer. Are you is he prepared for? Are you scared like he's gonna get knocked once, hit in the head, he's gonna forget where he's at, and then throw like a fucking roundhouse?
We're not scared, but in the event that it does happen, there was a period of time where I was kind of cross training a little bit of everything. Boxing is what I wound up settling on. But hey, if we're in a boxing match and he throws a head kick, I know how to defend that. If he throws, if he gets confused and throws legs, I know how to check that too. So if it turns magically into an MMA fight, I haven't grappled in a bit, but I hope I can dust it off and remember what's there. But
what else can you tell us about this promotion? We've noticed it's kind of newer in West Virginia, but they have put on a lot of shows, and the calendar I've seen they've set too is that they have a lot more planned over the next 6 months. What all can you tell us about this newer promotion to try to maybe get people out to these shows?
Well, as a new guy to Newline, so far it's been a really, really smooth process. So talking to guys out there that might be interested in taking an amateur fight, if you go to Newline's website, there's a way that you can apply to be a fighter, and the process kind of goes, as that. When it comes to the guys that we know in the organization, there is a lot of talent in Newline, and I think it's very important for West Virginia specifically that we get to show off that talent. But yeah, Newline, they're kind of spread off across a couple of states in the area. I know on the 17th, I believe I'm also going to have 4 teammates on that card. So keep an eye out for Edward Cali King. The guy is a straight shooter. He's a great guy, great athlete, and a great fighter across both MMA and boxing. And he's definitely done a good job in showing up and putting on good shows for people with Newline as well as other organizations. But yeah, I would say to wrap it all up in the best way I can, Newline's a great way of getting into the fight scene locally. Like the UFC, one of the first things that clicked with me from going and watching a fight live as opposed to watching it on TV is obviously both fights are going to be electrifying. You're seeing unmatched skill. You're seeing, people that are really honing their craft. But it's a whole hell of a lot more real when you're going in there live, sitting down, and sometimes you're only a couple feet away from the action that's happening in that cage. And you get a lot of hardworking people that go in there and are ready to show what they got, or hopefully even progress into a professional career. And by coming out and showing some love to those guys, you're really helping a lot of people achieve some dreams. And Newline does a great job of giving them a space to do that.
It's refreshing to see to begin with, because the only amateur fighting we've had around here has been the more like annual spectacle events, like the Tough Man, the Rough and Rowdy in the past,
Novelty shit.
More like a novelty. And then this is kind of like some more like regular shows.
Yeah, building a foundation. Things
like that. In the past, we've worked with an MMA fighter, Jason Butcher, and that he even made it as far as Bellator. But that was his biggest complaint, was that all of his fights had to be out of state. Never really had that home field advantage where he can invite his whole family and community out. Yeah. So with fighters kind of growing through the NLC, fights will get better as the fighters kind of get more experience, things like that. But it's good to see that in West Virginia we finally have that kind of like minor league to build up, so we can see maybe one of our fighters maybe make it into the UFC or the WBC. Yeah, no kidding. Now, John, a lot of fighters when they're first starting out have heroes or professional fighters that they emulate style, aspire to. Some people, like Mike Tyson, they look at the old dudes. They like the Muhammad Ali's and past guys. Is there someone that you look up to or your fighting style kind of emulates? Maybe a CM Punk, a Jake Paul, a real high-class athlete that you wish, boy, I wish I could be more like that?
I'd say, first off, Jake Paul's not a real boxer. That's a bold statement for me to make here. Granted, Jake Paul probably will whip my ass, especially if he offered me that much money.
He likes fighting guys that are smaller than he is, so.
Yeah, maybe if he paid me $4 million, he might whip my ass too. But I'm not saying I can beat Jake Paul, because God forbid he calls me out and I got to go fight that bastard. But I would say if I'm looking to fighters that have particularly inspired me, I think it's a canon event when you get into boxing and you're short, and you have any weightlifting in your repertoire. You're gonna like Mike Tyson, because what is Mike Tyson? Mike Tyson was a shorter heavyweight. He was a real stocky guy. He was explosive as hell. So when I started, I very much, and I still do, I still admire everything Mike Tyson did in the ring, but you can't emulate Mike Tyson as easily as a lot of people would think. That peekaboo style. Oh, geez. But outside of that, more into the ring, it's very hard to emulate peekaboo, because it requires an excessive amount of cardio with an excessive amount of strength. So you kind of look around a little bit more, and you look at other boxers like let's take Lomachenko, for example. Lomachenko's got great movement. He's a lighter weight fighter. He's not a heavyweight guy, so he kind of applies to a larger swath of fighters because not everyone's blessed with being born a giant. But Lomachenko, you see the footwork that he does. He's got a lot of discipline in his training, and he's also just a good athlete. He's a good guy. There's a fight. The name of the guy he was fighting is escaping me, but you could see that Lomachenko, he's got a lot of consideration for his opponents, because there's a point he's looking at the guy's corner after Lomachenko is thrashing this dude, and he's almost asking the corner to stop the fight because he's beating the shit out of this guy so much. And then you look at other guys across the board like Usyk. Usyk's a great guy, a great fighter. He's got a lot of power, and he's got a lot of discipline in his craft, to the point he would do rounds upon rounds upon rounds of sparring, and if his back ever touched a ring, he would restart him. You made sure that he was always in control of where he was in the ring. So looking at guys like that in, the main spotlight of the pros, but a guy that stands out to me a lot who's not, in the pro spotlight. If you go on Instagram, there's a page called Frank's Noble Art, and it's this old British guy who teaches boxing in England, and I believe he was professional when he was younger, and I actually picked up a lot from watching his style, because he uses an old, kind of hands guarded here and rolling off like that. So Frank Gilfeather, that's who to look out for. If you're somebody that's interested in getting, educated on how to box a little bit, he's got a lot of great info out there. But, just looking across the greats, I would say those are some names that really stick out to me.
Big names out there. Like you said, it's hard to emulate Mike Tyson. I mean, where do you get that many pigeons to look after? But like you said, Lomachenko is a former champion, and he really knows how to manage his distance, keep himself out of harm while keeping the other person in harm's way, and that ring awareness of keeping himself on his front foot, putting them where he wants them to be,
ring
versus where they take you to be. Personally, I'm a fan of Triple G Gennady. I just like his output and everything like that. Tommy, is there any boxers that brought you in your quest for violence?
I like Muhammad Ali because he took shit talking to the next level with rhyming. Back then, the shit talking was very basic, but he was the first one to say, "Hey, I can have fun with this." But no, honestly, I liked with Muhammad Ali, besides everything else, stand-up guy, stood for his beliefs outside the ring, but the quickness of a heavyweight boxer at that time, posting up in the corner and dodging, and he really was the fastest at that time, and that's hard to beat. And everyone always says who would win, Tyson or Muhammad Ali. Man, it's so hard to think about it because Tyson has that raw power versus that raw speed. I mean, I always admired Muhammad Ali for that, what he did for the sport. And of course, my favorite boxer of all time, Rocky.
I was about to say, I'm surprised you did not mention Rocky Balboa.
I know, I wanted to put up a little stage before I went crazy. Yes, Rocky Balboa, who is actually in the Boxing Hall of Fame, so he deserves the recognition.
As a statue.
Hey, I wore the right shirt today. I don't know if you can see it. The Shamrock meets.
Let's go.
Now, Holy. For your fight, you said you have walkout music. Are you going to pull an Apollo Creed in Rocky IV and do a dance number to James Brown before your fight?
Not.
That's good, because he was definitely tired after doing a whole dance routine and then getting in the ring.
And then, the infamous Deontay Wilder situation where he wore 100 pounds of equipment out to the ring and was tired after that.
Yeah. So no antics?
I think I'll be relatively conservative walking out. It's best for this first fight, we're going to play it a little bit safe. But, we'll walk out there. We'll make sure we're electrifying the crowd a little bit. We'll definitely want to wave to my people, make sure everybody knows that I'm especially grateful for them coming out. And, at the end of the day, this is, we're out there in front of folks. We wouldn't have this venue to do this if it wasn't for all the people that showed up. So yeah, you gotta put on a little bit of a show. You gotta put on a little bit of a show for them. But I don't know if I can dance like Apollo Creed.
Should have the moves.
Yes, there's gonna be a lot of single moms out there in that ring, so you gotta throw some wings, blow some kisses.
But them panties coming toward the ring instead of away from the ring.
Yeah, John, we're about out of time here on our interview. We really appreciate you coming out. Do you have any last things you want to promote? Anything you want to say to the audience? We have a dozen to dozens of listeners.
Well, just, keep an eye out on January 17th. If you're in the area at Charleston Civic Center, please come out and watch some good fights the Newline's putting on. And, hey, just looking forward to putting on a good show for everybody.
Absolutely. In case you guys were wondering, you get your tickets online. Front row tickets are right now $55. May go up. Act fast. And we're looking at maybe 5 hours of mixed martial arts and boxing entertainment. This is going to be a spectacular fucking night on a Saturday. Go home, pregame, show up hammered, throw some shit, cheer on your favorite fighters. It's going to be fun.
And you can catch me and Tommy on the floor.
Antagonizing,
being real problems.
Absolutely. And we're going to support our boy.
Let's go.
Yep. Thank you, John. We really appreciate it, man.
Good luck on the upcoming fight. We will see you on the 17th.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all. Have a good night.
All right, guys. That is all we have for you today. We've already given you the playbook for how to make so much fucking money this weekend that you're able to, fix all your bank accounts from all the Christmas splurging you did, and maybe even, towards New Year, you buy something nice for yourself.
Absolutely.
Maybe give you that much extra money.
We've got MLK Jr. Day coming up. Maybe you want to get some dice, some 40s, and celebrate. I mean, do something fun for yourself.
They could do that, I guess. So yeah. I mean, you got to meet our Parlay or Die fighter, John.
Yep, the Rooster. Don't forget, next Saturday, the 17th, you'll be fighting Civic Center. Get your tickets now.
See John, just as he said himself, dish some violence to another human being.
Mm-hmm.
And, get that dub. Get his hand raised at the end.
Mm-hmm. He didn't say it, but I think he's going to actually beat this man to death. And he should be scared. If he doesn't have a will prepared, he needs to. Let his children know. Go ahead and take his children out into town and pick the orphanage they want to stay at after he's dead.
And, just John's word himself, what he said after we hung up the call, I also think this guy's a pussy.
The biggest pussy?
The biggest pussy I've ever heard of or seen. Now, John is an honorable guy. He wouldn't say this on recording, no matter how many times I tried to get him to say it. But after, he let us know his feelings and that he thinks this guy's a punk bitch.
He said, I don't sweat him. He's a piece of shit.
So we're excited for that glove touch. It'll be a lot better now. If the guy watches this, hopefully he does.
He might. We don't know everyone who watches our show. We have dozens of watchers. How should I know you fucking person?
And as John said, if he gets close enough, he better watch for the low blows because he's not afraid to do it.
Absolutely. That or he's going to pull a Tyson and bite the fuck off his ear.
You heard him. He looks after Tyson.
Yeah.
He's going to bite his fucking ear off.
I would.
All right. So, guys, remember, like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram. We are on fire.
Oh, yeah. We got some funny content dropping almost daily.
We will have more clips going onto the socials. And you can even find our interviews and things like that getting posted to the socials so that you can catch them again.
Absolutely. Think you have a hot take? Think you have what it takes to be a pro bettor? Reach out to us. We'll have you on the show, do a little interview, and give us your feedback. Tell us what you think's hot right now, who's fucking not, and tell us why you are a big fucking dumb idiot and don't know anything about gambling.
And, guys, if you think that you have the hottest takes out there, and that you can do what we do, we're looking for a new member of the Parlay or Die team. Reach out to us. We're looking for someone to help in the editing department, not more of a on-camera role. But we're also looking for someone to help us in social media posts, things like that, social media content. And, maybe you work your way onto camera.
Absolutely. Come join the team. We are a private startup, locally owned. Joining our team not only gets you at the ground level.
Resume builder,
but you can actually have a stake in the company. That's right. We're offering stock options for a company that doesn't trade stocks on the NASDAQ. We'll let you have maybe a percentage of the company. I think so.
It's possible.
It's possible. So with that enticing stuff, you'd be crazy not to.
And we're still looking for anyone interested in making their acting debuts, as we're going to start recording our movie here very soon.
We got couple scenes down already.
A couple scenes down already. Mm-hmm. Maybe even John jumps in for a scene. That's a possibility. Our wrestler Shane Pryzak, maybe he pops in for a scene or two. You might get to meet some very local celebrities.
We should do a meet and greet with our fighters.
We should. Maybe we schedule that soon.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
How much money can we make on this thing? But yeah, reach out, guys. We have opportunity galore.
Mhm.
Also, if you're an OnlyFans model, we have some ideas for some content ideas. Not fucking you. That's not our idea.
No.
But reach out to us. It'll be some advertisement, and we'll talk some sports.
Absolutely. I'd reach out to you, but I can't pay until my OnlyFans debts are paid. They're very clear about that.
They're very clear. They will not let him message anyone for free.
No.
That's like their whole thing. They just won't let you do it for free. But reach out to us. Also, anyone ads, blah, blah, blah. We say it every time.
Yep.
Reach out to us, guys. We will be happy to work with you. All right, guys. That is all we have for you today. We've already given you the playbook for how to make so much fucking money this weekend that you're able to, fix all your bank accounts from all the Christmas splurging you did, and maybe even, where's New Year, you buy something nice for yourself.
Absolutely.
Maybe give you that much extra money.
We've got MLK Junior Day coming up. Maybe you want to get some dice, some 40s, and celebrate. I mean, do something fun for yourself.
They could do that, I guess. So yeah. I mean, you got to meet our Parlay or Die fighter, John.
Yep, the Rooster. Don't forget, next Saturday, the 17th, he'll be fighting Civic Center. Get your tickets now.
See John, just as he said himself, dish some violence to another human being.
Mm-hmm.
And, get that dub. Get his hand raised at the end.
Mm-hmm. He didn't say it, but I think he's going to actually beat this man to death. And he should be scared. If he doesn't have a will prepared, he needs to. Let his children know. Go ahead and take his children out into town and pick the orphanage they want to stay at after he's dead.
And, just John's word himself, what he said after we hung up the call, I also think this guy's a pussy.
The biggest pussy.